We can't even drink the fucking water. Shalom, this is the brother Abaya back here once again. Before I get started, like always, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakha HaKadosh. Double honors to the men that I learned the truth from, the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect, man. Yeah, I woke up and seen this bullshit, and I immediately had to throw up a lesson. This article is on USA Today. It's dated today. It just came out today, okay? And it says 70 million Americans drink water from systems reporting PFAS to EPA. Is yours on our map? Now, if you don't know what PFAS are, they're known as forever chemicals, all right? They never leave your body. Now, we know that there are certain things we can do to our bodies to flush out chemicals because the Lord has provided us with the wisdom of knowing, how to do certain things and just seeking out, natural ways to flush our bodies out. But some chemicals you just can't get out your fucking body. And even if you can get them out, it will take extensive research and a proper routine of, constantly trying to clean your system out, which it would be in vain anyways because you will continue to be living under a system in society that continues to feed you and cover you in poison. Now, reading on this article, it says at least 70 million Americans get their water from a system where toxic PFAS were found at levels that require reporting to the Environmental Protection Agency. So that's what EPA stands for, Environmental Protection Agency. Right? It says, according to the new data the EPA released in its ongoing 5-year review of water systems across the nation. So they just been reviewing it for 5 years. Right? And this is what they came up with. 70 million Americans are drinking contaminated water, right? Let's continue reading. It says, the number will almost certainly grow as new reports are released every 3 months. And we know it's going to wax worse and worse. Right? It says, the article goes on to say, it says, PFAS are nearly indestructible chemicals widely used across industries for decades, found in drinking water, food, firefighting foam, and non-stick and water-repellent items, right? So if you use like non-stick pans, which I recommend don't use them shits, them non-stick skillets, all of them have, unless the label says a non-PFA non-stick skillet, all non-stick skillets have PFA chemicals in it. And when you look at who owns who's in control of all this, it's the so-called white man, the biblical Edomite. They own these industries, these companies that come up with these items and these products that contain these chemicals, right? So it says, continue reading, right? It says, PFAS resist degradation, right? Building up in both the environment and our bodies. Let me look up that word, degradation, real quick. Definition of degradation. Right, so it says the condition or process of degrading or being degraded, right? Or in this sense that we're referring to with the PFAS, the wearing down of rock by disintegration. So they don't wear down. The chemicals don't wear down. Once they enter your system, they stay exactly the way they entered into your system, man. Unless you can find a natural way that can somewhat fight those chemicals, man. Right? So like I said, you would have to do extensive research to find out, natural ways that these PFAs could remove from your body. But like I said, even with that, you're constantly going to still be putting poison in your body because this man is constantly flooding, and the man that I'm speaking of is the son of perdition in the book of Thessalonians, the so-called white man, Esau. He's steady flooding the society with chemicals. Why the fuck are you spraying chemtrails in the air, and then when it rains, the chemtrails come down on our pores, man? And if you got your own little farm and you think you GMO and natural, well, the chemtrails done fell on your soil, man. Or your plants or whatever you planted, right? And even PFAs are even found inside the popcorn bags. Like if you eat microwave popcorn, which I don't eat that shit, all right? You gotta look, man. People gotta start eating real food, all right? The scriptures even tell you about the stuff that we ate: grains, fish, lentils, beans, and rice, right? Vegetables. You can make delicious meals around real food, potatoes, your starches, all right? Even lean meats if you don't want to let go of the meat. But if you know you overweight and you know you got heart problems and problems with cholesterol and blood pressure and you're just completely out of shape, then you need to leave the meat alone for a time period, especially dealing with this man's meat. Let's continue reading, man. It says Salt Lake City, Sacramento, California, Madison, Wisconsin, and Louisville, Kentucky were among the major systems reporting PFAS contamination to the EPA in the latest data release. And look, they're only going to name certain states, but look, man, this shit is in all the states in America, all right? Especially that tap water. Don't fucking drink tap water, man, unless you're naturally finding ways to naturally alkaline it, right? Like you don't just boil your tap water. Put a lemon in there, put some pink Himalayan salt, put some Celtic salt, or some high refined seawater salt in there. So you got your lemon, all right, and your high refined seawater salt, all right, and you pour that in the tap water that you're about to boil. Then you boil it, all right. Don't just pour your tap water and then boil it. That's not doing anything. So let's continue reading. It says, the EPA plans to collect data from thousands of more systems through 2026, including many of the nation's largest systems such as Los Angeles, Chicago, Boston, and Philadelphia. So they haven't even done the major systems yet. Los Angeles, Chicago, Boston. So you look, man, this shit gonna be 100% contaminated when they finally finish doing this research. Let's read. They going in on a little bit of what are PFAs, right? It says PFAs can lead to serious health problems, including increased risk of some cancers. If people are exposed to them over a long period of time, even at low doses, even at very low doses, PFAs can pose health risks, right? Let me go down to some more that I may want to read. We're in literal hell. We're in literal hell. And the reason for that is because the so-called white man is in rulership of the planet Earth now. Right? It says, matter of fact, I put up another article titled 10 Countries with the Cleanest Water in the World. Now let's just look at this eerie coincidence, or is it a coincidence? So this article is dated January 13th of last year, right? It says 10 countries with the cleanest water in the world. Now look at this shit. Switzerland, right? You literally can drink the water from the land, from the wells, from the reserves that they have. You don't need bottled water. You literally can drink. Look, it says 80% of Switzerland's tap water comes directly from the ground, whereas 20% is sourced from the lake. 80% of their tap water comes from the ground. You know where 80% of our tap water comes from over here in America? Through cycled, contaminated, worn down pipe systems that have feces flowing through it, PFAs flowing through it, and all other poisons and chemicals flowing through it, right? So Switzerland, which is an Edomite country. Let's keep going. The next country, Finland. Finland, another Edomite country. But these are not just regular Edomite countries, right? These are where the top Edomites live, and they're the most least integrated Edomite countries. Coincidence? I think not. America is nothing but a melting pot of confusion and chaos. All nations are allowed to come here, and that's why this place is so filthy. But where the top Edomites are living and where the least integrated Edomites are living, they got clean systems. I wonder why is that. But how do they get the money to build these systems, right? Oh yeah, off of the transatlantic slave trade, right? The free labor you have from the Native American Indians and the Negroes and Hispanics, right? All that money being shipped back, resources being shipped back, right, to Europe. But let's read on Finland. It says, Finland, known as the country with the cleanest tap water, boasts 168,000 lakes and 647 rivers, out of which a staggering 85% have been deemed to have high-quality water. You can literally drink out of their lakes and their rivers. Now tell me this ain't some bullshit, all right? They can do that over there, but they can't do that over here. You don't have to buy bottled water, which you ain't supposed to be drinking that shit anyway. You don't have to run water through your water faucet, which we shouldn't be doing that shit anyway. You should be going to natural earth sources that the Lord provided to grab the water, right? That's why we used to go to wells back in the day. So you can literally just go to a lake and load up on as much water as you want for free, right? Let's continue reading. It even says their tap water is better than any bottled water that's sold. I wonder why. Because the people that own these bottled water companies are demon-ass Edomites, man. Demonic-ass Edomites. Anyways, the next country, Denmark. All right? It says Denmark, known as the country with the best water in the world, gets almost 100% of its water from rich groundwater reserves. All right? Haven't read shit about no damn PFAs. The next country is Germany. The next country is Norway. Right? The next country is Sweden. The next country is Greenland. The next country is Austria. The next country is Iceland. The next country is the Netherlands. So the top 10 countries with the cleanest water in the world are Edomite-ran countries. Right? That's the least integrated. But wherever you have a mass population of integration, specifically where the Hebrew Israelites are living, let's key in that point. Wherever you Hebrew Israelites are living, you so-called Native American Indians, you so-called African Americans, you so-called Hispanic, right, people, right, from Colombia, Cuba, Venezuela, Argentina, so forth and so on, Puerto Rico, right? Even in Africa, wherever the Hebrew Israelites are dwelling throughout the world, guess what? Your shit is contaminated. Your shit is fucked with. Your food is fucked up. Your water is fucked up because they want to kill you. They want to get rid of you. And it's not just that, right? Part of the curses said what? Man? Let's get and this is why we got to get the fuck up out of here, because everything is fucking defiled and we're in literal hell, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 4. Let's go over here to Ezekiel chapter 4. Bear with me 1 second. Ezekiel chapter 4, verse... Yeah, so let's start at verse 11. This is Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 11. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, the sixth part of an hin, from time of time shalt thou drink. As thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung, that come out of man in their sight, right? And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. So the Lord, that's part of the curses. The Lord had the prophet Ezekiel eat his cook his bread with shit, right? To show you what the hell we would be eating in the latter days. Shit. You got literal feces in your food, man. Your water is contaminated with all type of bullshit and pollutants. Right? Verse 14. It says, then said I, Yahweh, the Almighty Yahweh, Abba Yahweh, behold, my soul have not been polluted. For from my youth, even till now, have I not eaten of that which dieth of itself, or is torn in pieces. Neither came their abominable flesh into my mouth. Then he said unto me, lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. Right? Moreover, he said unto me, son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. And I'm astonished. Verse 17, that they may want bread and water and be astonished one with another and consume away for their iniquity. And I am astonished. And you should be astonished and shocked, because this is what the fuck we're consuming on a daily basis. So the Lord has set up a nation that is not profitable unto us. What is that nation? The Edomites, the biblical Edomites, you so-called white people, all right, that don't have no pigmentation within your skin, right? You suffer from the curse of leprosy. You suffer from the curse of Cain, right? Because, you had these dumbass Edomites try to say, well, no, black people come from Ham, Canaan, so y'all suffer from the curse of Cain. Cain and Canaan are two totally different people, you dumbass. Cain is not Canaan. Canaan is one of the sons of Ham. Cain was a son of Adam, you idiot. Oh my gosh, these people are fucking retarded, man. The curse of Cain was him losing his pigmentation, all right? Because everybody was dark skinned on the planet Earth. Well, not licorice black, you know what I mean? But everybody had forms of pigmentation, all right? Whether that be from a light brown to a darker brown. Even today, everybody has a form of pigmentation except for you so-called white people. So what the fuck are you talking about? All right? It's not a curse to be dark-skinned when having darker skin literally protects you from the sun. Melanin has many benefits to it, you idiot. The lack of melanin is what causes you to get early skin cancer and suffer from harsh sunburn and many other deficiencies within the body. But that's touching on something else, man. It's just, I don't even have to make this a long video, because the more you talk about this, right, is the more you get mad. Just reading a little bit more on this article, right? It says, is there a national drinking water standard for PFAs? Now, look at this bullshit. It says there are no enforceable national drinking water standards in the U.S. for PFAs, but the EPA is expected to issue new regulations this year. Oh, now you want to issue new regulations. Nigga, we through. The Karama finna come. World War III finna pop off like a fucking nuke, right? This shit we at the end. These people don't give a fuck about us, but so we don't. It's no enforceable standards with PFAs in America, but there's enforceable standards, with free speech and what you can say online about certain people, all right, and what you can talk about when it comes to the Jews, right? The Jews did it, the JOOSs, right? It says last March the EPA proposed the first ever national drinking water standard for 6 PFAs. The first this country been established for hundreds of years, and this is the first ever national. This proves that they've been trying to poison your ass, right? It says Though there are thousands of PFAS chemicals, the 6 compounds in regulation had the highest manufacturing volume in the U.S. and are thought to be the most toxic. Look, man, you can continue reading this article yourself. I don't want to read no more on it because it's bullshit. So, just want to bring awareness to that. Lord willing, it was edifying. Until next time I say, Shalom.